Yeah. Hello and welcome to By Environi Season 2. My guests tonight are three creators. I love getting creators on the show. All three of you are connected through music, which is a very important part of your creation spectrum. You, 16-year-old Raman, I'm not going to specify your ages, but this is important here. Avanti and Salil, welcome to By Environi Season 2, all three of you.
Thank you for
having us.
I love you guys' content, which is the reason why you're here anyway.
Thank you.
Also for a few other reasons that cannot be explained. But right in the beginning, before we get into the details of all of this, can I have my invite card signed?
Yes.
Sure.
Raman, you can be a nice human being. Oh. Let me ask you guys in the beginning, if I didn't know what you guys did and what you guys are, who you guys are, what you guys
What
are.
is life? What is life?
And somebody asked you, what do you do? And who are you? How would you say what you do? Salil, I'll start with you.
I use the mode of entertainment to do something more than just entertainment, go deeper, but still keeping the entertainment factor intact.
Yeah.
That is what I do using my skills of acting, singing and writing, which is like a complete thing that I do.
Yeah.
And I try to incorporate all of it because I guess just as an actor I'm nothing, just as a singer I'm nothing. But when all of these things combine, and I think that becomes something unique.
It's a crazy package. Yeah. Well done. Avanti?
Love that description.
See how she's giving reaction, no?
Understood.
So the basic description is artist, content creator, and entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But I similarly use modes of songs, stories, and conversations, and I love creating all of them to talk about things that often we aren't able to in society in multiple forms.
Yeah.
And I love building community and doing that through the voice, the literal voice of singing and speaking, but also the metaphorical voice, if you will.
Yeah, fab. Raman?
Well, I've just started making music on my own. Well, so I used to learn music when I was really small, and that just over time progressively changed me. And I'm trying to experiment with production and stuff to like figure out my own sound. And I'm just trying to make people feel every feeling in the world with my music. So like a song can be of one particular feeling, and another song could be just bring out something else, some other emotion from somebody.
Yeah. No, I have to say this because he is very new to this and he's literally 16 years old. He's very good.
Oh, he's excellent.
I mean, I've heard him sing and it's insane. And I don't know where this child get these eyes from because I'm very upset with you, my parents, that you weren't born with this. You don't know either, do you?
I don't. What?
It's not an insult to your parents. It's fine. I mean, they'll figure it out too.
One of his grandparents or great-grandparents.
I think my grandparent has it. Well, I don't know because his eyes colors have changed a bit right now. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Tell me. Huh?
Okay. Yeah.
But tell me something. When was the what was the first piece of content of yours that sort of garnered a lot of attention? Okay, we start with you.
Go ahead.
Okay, before I started my own channel, which is Salil Jamdar and Co, I was working in a way on another channel, and they gave me this opportunity to do parodies. And I was not so keen because I'm a trained singer, so the initial reaction is I can do originals. But then I thought, okay, this is my first opportunity to show my acting skills and my singing skills.
There's a platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took it, and the first song that went viral was, you know this song called Meri Maa from Tare Zameen Par?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I made a version of that. The original goes like, Tujhe sab hai pata hai na maa.
Yeah.
So my song was Tujhe kuch nahi pata hai na maa. Means like kids are really harami right now. Like
I want to dedicate this to my mother.
Oh, God.
and
Your parody.
And every mother thinks that her son is Krishna, like God. Like, but kids are really like, so.
You stay away from Krishna.
So it's like the song goes like, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं पता है ना माँ, मैं क्या अंधेरे में करता हूँ ना माँ, and stuff like that. So that went really viral, And it was like this Mother's Day song where the message was ki, dear Indian mothers, your child is not as innocent as you think.
Fair enough.
So it was a fun song.
It is very funny. It is very funny.
And was a funny twist. I had this Baktooth wala, Darshil wala appearance with that hair. And I was doing like really naughty things and that, yeah. So
I mean, Avanti is already like, starting to like burst into flames because this is too like explicit for her. She's like, no, my content is based out of like, being, looking good and like, looking very appropriate. Although, one of the content of yours that went really viral is the one with your grandmother.
Yes.
Where you spoke about sex openly and you're discussing with grandmother. Please, for people that don't know about this, what was the video about?
100%. So, as you were asking, the first couple of pieces that went viral, one of them, some of my originals did prior, but with the content, it was videos with my grandma.
Yeah.
And so the first ever video I did with her was her reacting to WAP and Anaconda. And it was very spontaneous, but it turned into a discussion about gender empowerment and gender roles, and people really resonated with it.
Yeah.
And then the second was, of course, this one talking about sex.
Yeah.
And the thing that I think people loved was the fact that one of her iconic lines, which is now, it's gone into all the underground memes. I get tagged every single day in a new meme page, being like Dadi OP.
What is an OP?
OP means it's overpowered. OP means like it's a gaming type of term. So if people love Renil here, everyone please comment below Renil OP.
But there is no comment coming out of this video saying Renil OP.
Basically, legend, like.
Yeah, it just means legend, basically. Yes.
Listen, if even one of you do this, I'll send you one hamper out.
Please comment Renil OP. But in any case,
keep all the hampers ready, okay? Because like we have to send it.
I think what appealed to people is two things. So one iconic line in it is, I asked her, I said, look, people aren't having sex just to have babies. They are, many folks have sex for pleasure. And she's like, no. Most people have sex for pleasure. The outcome is a baby.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And she's a doctor, so a lot of what she's saying is coming from her education and also awareness. And I think what appeals to people about this series is, in some sense, is if I was just talking about it, I'm, Western educated, lived half my life there. I might be relatable at an age level and, older sister vibe, but they can't show it to their parents. But no parent can say, Dadi ko nahi sunenge. You know? So now it's like kids are showing their parents, knowing very well that you can't say no to a traditional looking Maharashtrian Dadi and have her sitting like that, So it's quite interesting.
That's fantastic. What about you?
So the first, I started making reels like about 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And the first one which went viral, so to say, is one with, I tried making a really slow, melodious version with a lot of reverb of Fir Kabhi by Arijit Singh. So that song had been stuck in my head for like a month or so. And I used to listen to this slowed and reverb version of it on YouTube on loop. So I tried to make one of that with my guitar, and it came out really perfectly. And people really enjoyed the vibes and resonated with it. And I've seen many people make art with background music of my reels. It's really amazing to see that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very like. I might be getting this very wrong.
It's okay.
It's a very deconstructed vibe of the original song.
Yeah, it is.
Correct, Renil. We're proud of you.
I am
OP.
Really good work.
Renil OP.
OP.
How I've come up with this? Because I was thinking of like food for some reason.
Yeah, I knew you were thinking of food.
And that's
How is food deconstructed?
There is.
There is this like restaurants, fancy stuff.
Oh, okay.
My mouth's watering already. but well done. I've listened to a lot of stuff and seen a bunch of stuff of yours, which is great. I want to know, and I want to start with Raman for this. And I've asked this on the show before because it's shocking to me, the amount of hate that's on social media. I get a lot of it, but my threshold when it comes to hate is very different.
Sure.
My defense mechanism go up very high. I don't get anxiety to keep trying, although. But like, calm down if you can. It's fine. I look at it as engagement usually.
Sure.
But when you get hate at a very young age, which is why I wanted to start with you, because I don't know how people deal with it. Because sometimes I go in the comment section of people and I'm like, this is just too much, And when you sort of decide to, however young or old you are, when you decide to put your content on a public platform, then you're very open to criticism anyway. You're sort of getting there, you need to know what you're getting into. How do you deal with it? Do you get hate?
I did not get hate initially, but within time, people started seeing my face again and again. So I think I started getting hate at about, like, when I had posted about 4-5 reels which blew up.
Yeah.
And people were just unhappy that I was getting engagement and others weren't. But I just ignored those kind of comments, and I just read the comments which were constructive criticism.
Yeah.
And after a point, it got to me, like, it brought me down a bit. So my father, he might be watching, so he told me that I'll read all your comments and I'll tell you what you need to improve on, so that you become like a well-oiled machine and take your music to the next level. So you don't need to read any more comments.
I love that.
Oh, so you don't read your comments anymore?
I read them initially, but if a reel goes viral, so to say, I don't read it anymore.
Oh wow! I mean, it sounds like
so only the people,
a safer bet.
Yeah, only the people who follow me regularly are usually the people who will comment nice things.
Yeah.
So I only read their comments.
Fair enough. Which is, I think, important to sort of keep your mental space intact, especially when you're that young.
100%.
Avanti, what about you?
Yeah.
You were also, I mean, I realize that there is also the accent that comes in, which
Totally.
fair enough because you grew up there, like you said. But I've realized that I don't know the internet space well enough to defend this.
Sure.
Because like the moment I get this a lot too.
Yeah.
I get a lot of comments saying he knows very well how to speak in Hindi. But why he knows speak in Hindi? And I'm like, but I'll say this for the last time ever. I am South Indian. I've been here for 6 years now. My Hindi is not terrible, but it's not good enough.
Sure.
You know? But like I get this a lot where like Hamari Rashtra Bhasha Hindi hai. I understand it, but not everybody knows how to speak it, right?
Of course.
It gets trickier when your English has an accent also.
Totally.
You know? Does that gather attention?
So in fact, because my Hindi is quite decent, especially in the pronunciation,
Yeah.
people think my English is fake. And so they're like, oh, why is she putting on an accent if she's good at Hindi?
My
So
God.
it's quite fascinating. I get a lot of hate around things that I find quite interesting. So, you know, I get quite a fair amount of intellectual hate in the sense that they're like, you went to Harvard, why are you doing this, right?
I have to get into this, we'll do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Happy to. One of the most recent aspects of hate that I've been getting, which I don't quite understand, is why are you commenting everywhere and why are you supporting people? Like quite literally. People will get upset that I am being friendly and nice to other people and supporting them.
I mean, that's something that I really love about you, actually. Like, I will have like a bad day and Avanti will come like this hype machine and be like, yes, you go, Renil. And I'm like, this other 100 haters, I don't care anymore because Avanti has said something nice. But it
gets to me quite a bit because people will say a lot of things being like, I don't want to see you everywhere. What's wrong with you? Are you trying to be a clout chaser? And I'm like, I'm literally trying to hype up my friends or people I admire, but it's okay.
So they're basically saying that you're trying to like be under everybody's comments so that you're seen.
Sure. And I can understand that's what they might think, right? That's okay. But it's like you have a lot of time to be able to actually, and the fact is if you're seeing me everywhere, we probably have the same taste in, you know, content. So.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably working the algorithm, so.
Sure, exactly. But, you know, my approach to hate is just, look, most of it, like Raman was saying, the kinds of hate he's getting is clearly coming from a place of jealousy or insecurity on the other person's end.
Yeah.
And you can't control that. You can only control your reaction.
Yeah.
So there's tools that you can block hateful words, and then you can respond to it with kindness or ignore it or just be like, that person's having a bad day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fair enough. Salil, you, like we discussed before, and I've heard this before, that you have made content that are very tricky in the space because like it does sort of lead to a reaction from people, right?
Yeah.
Because these are very topical. These are sort of people, you know, it can lead to people having very polarized opinions.
Yeah.
What has been these videos and what have you gotten in return?
So I have this habit of like hitting people hard with the truth, and truth is always very offensive. And for example, I made a video where I kind of attacked how celebrities are very responsible in what they promote.
Yeah.
Things that they would never touch in their lives, and they would promote it as if, you know, if you use this, you will become a hero, without getting very explicit about it. So obviously the fans of those celebrities are going to get offended.
Did you have multiple celebrities that you mentioned in the video?
I literally covered everybody.
Okay, give me 1-2 options. This video is available on the internet, right?
Okay, so I can take names, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so like this guy is actually a fan of, it's called Asli Gali Boy, and he's a fan of Ranveer Singh and Ranveer Chang and Ayla Bhatt in the video. He's a fan of Ranveer Chang.
The character that you're playing. Yeah.
So he's drinking thumbs up all day because he feels that Tufani kaise Tufani banta hai? Thumbs up. And then he's ordering, he's drinking fruity and saying no to mango because asli aam matlab fruity, and if Ayla ka dil jeetna hai to fruity pina padega. So that's how he, 2 years later, he's bloated up. And in his gully, they come to shoot and he's very happy. And he goes to meet them with all of these products as gifts because he thinks they love them.
Yeah.
And they, one by one, they reject all of it. And his heart breaks when he knows that they don't even touch it. And then he breaks into a song. And that song is all about this one dialogue from Spider-Man, which is my favorite, which with great power comes great responsibility, which is what Uncle Ben told Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So the song starts with that. And so that was really, I guess, offensive for people.
Fantastic. On this note, we'll take the first break on By Irony. When we come back, I also really want to discuss the love that you get, okay? Because a lot of the times we ignore it. We must not ignore it. There's a lot of love, which is why you're watching this episode also, I know. Some of you are there to write random shit. But take a break and come back.
Renil preempting everything.
He's influenced me already.
Exactly.
Yeah, they are so beautiful. Yeah, and they just make my day.
So when that happens, people say you're a time traveler. You tell me ke, so people tell me ke Corona kab khatam hoga, batao, and stuff like that.
Welcome back to By Irony Season 2. You guys, welcome back. We had a conversation with Raman, Avanti and Salil.
Thank you.
Are you guys having a good time?
Great.
Yes.
Great, yeah.
Now though he's giving bhar ke reactions. Fab, I love it. Okay, before we took the break, I told you guys that we must sort of look at the love that we get also. Because a lot of the times, because it's very easy to highlight the hates, love sort of gets suppressed a little bit. What is like the nicest comment or like a DM that you've gotten?
Well, the nicest comments aren't really comments. They are these poems which people write. Yeah, they are so beautiful. Yeah, and they just make my day. Even.
But what do they write, these poems?
They describe every little detail of my videos and the vibes they get and the tone of my voice. It's stuff even I don't notice when I'm singing, and it's really great to see.
I'm looking at people who
He wants poems.
yeah. One poem I haven't seen.
Now you'll get flooded with poems. We'll see. Please, internet, make that happen.
My people are not like that. They don't really care what I say. You tell me, what is the nicest thing that you read about yourself?
I think that I'm always really grateful when comments or DMs or poems or people have sent stuff, also letters, and it's very is when they talk about how something has affected them and changed the way that they think about themselves. You know, I released a song earlier this year called Suntolo, and it's about mental health.
Of course, new single out, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. And recently it was Suntolo was earlier this year, and then we had an EP a few months ago.
Yeah,
and all of those talk about, certain issues in society, whether that's consent or mental health or gender equity, and people are writing full essays and poems talking about how that has changed the way in which they perceive themselves. Yeah. They've been able to open up to their families, things like that, to me make a huge... I just sometimes have no words for that, and a lot of our community is very young, and so it feels like... I feel a sense of responsibility as like their pseudo older sister to be like, okay, that's awesome, and kind of building.
I'll take care of all of you. Come together.
Yeah, exactly.
Fab. Salil?
I get a lot of love in my comments.
Yeah.
And there are many, many comments, varied comments. One which has really caught on is that you are a time traveler, is what they say. Because what they say is ki you talk about something, and then 1 year later or 2 years later, that issue becomes relevant.
Fair enough.
And so you don't wait for it to become a trend and then cash in on that and make a video on that. But you realize that there's this problem already existing in the society, and
you're ahead of the curve.
So you say that, and that for me it's not that. It's something that's already there in the society.
Yeah.
And from time to time it will show its ugly head, that problem. So when that happens, people say you're a time traveler. You tell me ke, so people tell me ke Corona kab khatam hoga batao and stuff like that. So that, and from that to really heavy comments like you are doing God's work.
Yeah.
So that comes.
Well done, all of you. You clap for everybody. Only Avanti and I have done this. Both of you are like, yes.
It's okay, we're hype people. We'll hype everybody. Yes.
We want to take that again, we can really clap.
It's fine. Tell me, before we started, we discussed this. You guys have gotten into a little bit of trouble. I don't think he's old enough to get into enough. But we'll get into that. You tell me if there's anything. You have had a situation where you almost got arrested.
That is correct.
What was this? It's a lot more serious than it's funny.
Yeah.
Because it is low-key crazy.
For sure.
What happened though?
So I used to do a lot of professional theater alongside when I was starting with music. And this was when I was a teenager in high school still. And there was this one show called Agnes of God, which we did, which ran into a bunch of controversy. Essentially, 5 days before the opening night, we received a call saying that somebody's filed an FIR, wants to arrest all of us and imprison the director.
My God.
And see, the show itself has some aspect of controversy around it. You know, it talks about a nun being pregnant and the like. So I can understand. However, that same very show is an old Broadway show that has been made into a movie that's won an Oscar.
Yeah.
Even the Vatican has endorsed it. However, there were a lot of folks here. There was this organization called the Catholic Secular Forum that had some sort of an issue with it, and essentially went to government officials and the like, and they were able to stop it. They were able to get all of the Christian donor-backed venues to pull out. So our opening night ended up actually being at the NCPA, which was wonderful. We had thousands of people show up for something of niche's English theater.
Yeah.
But more than that, I think it taught me, I was just about to turn 18, just the power that art can have, right?
Yeah.
As you were saying earlier, just the way in which people, clearly this one play riled up so many folks because it can be moving. And when people watched it, it talks about mental health, it actually talks about child abuse, talks about so many aspects to it in a way that it's just that one moment in time that you allow that to, sink in. The funny side story, which, I mean, if y'all end up watching the play, if we do it, you will know. In the 5 days before, we didn't have time to do production stuff, so I had to figure out how to spontaneously bleed from my hands. And nobody, look at his face, and nobody on production was around because they were dealing with the legal battles. So I was trying to figure out all types of things, and the one thing that worked was filling a condom with fake blood, attaching it to my arm, and then piercing it on stage subtly to make that happen. And it was so stressful. We had one person just backstage whose job was to tie
the kind of images that are running in my head right now.
Well, their job was just to tie to my hand because, God forbid, with all of this controversy, you have a blood-filled condom fall out on stage. That's the last thing we needed. So it was.
So Raman,
how did you get that idea?
Raman, condom is something that people use for safe sex.
He should know.
For protection.
Yeah,
it's a contraceptive.
at school. In school. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a contraceptive. It's very important.
Yeah.
Or to make balloons.
No, don't
prevent against STDs and STIs.
Yeah, don't listen to
yes.
him. If in case you hadn't heard about it before, I'm just letting you know. And for all the ones who didn't know who are watching.
And in Holi, like fill it.
Oh my gosh.
Do not throw it at me.
I've seen this happening. I have not done it. Like I don't do such things. I observe and use it in my content.
Let me promote this here only. Do not play Holi in random places. But once COVID is over, you have to come and play Holi at the Zoom Holi Fest.
Okay.
Hopefully in 2022.
OP.
But tell me, what did you get into trouble for? You are a troublemaker, a bit of it.
Yeah, I've gotten my videos taken down. Just that. On this previous channel, I dressed in a ghagara and played Sonam Kapoor in this Prem Ratan Dhan Payo parody, which was called Prem Uncle Phir Aayo. And
so fun.
So that went viral on Facebook.
Don't say that with a poker face. Laugh a little.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, so someone got offended and they took it down, but then Facebook didn't have these laws of anyone, so it went viral on Facebook. Then, this T-Series versus PewDiePie controversy that happened. So I made a video where I was talking about not wasting time on this. And you don't really, nobody needs your support here. One is a big company, it's a corporation.
I saw this video actually.
Yeah. And the other one is just, he's smart enough to play into it, and you guys are wasting your time. In the process, I was again spitting truths about both parties, and that video got taken down. Then I made a video called the Marry You Anna song. The Marry You Anna song.
Oh, got it.
So, and again, I spoke a lot of hard truths about the reality of that plant, and it was full of facts, all truths, again presented in a very entertaining way. I spoke about how in our Ayurveda and ancient texts, it is actually considered as the king of plants, and what has happened, and what happened in 1985, an act was passed under the pressure of the US government, and how in spite of it being a part of our culture, today it's illegal, and in the medical aspect of it, its usefulness in the treatment of cancer and all of that, and how that is being suppressed probably because then chemotherapy will suffer, all of that. So I spoke about all of that, and again in a very light-hearted way. It was a version of Pehla Nasha from Jo Jeeta Wo Sikandar. So Pehla Nasha, Pehla Dhua, that's how it went.
Got it.
And so that, the reach got restricted on YouTube. So I was really sad because I really wanted people to know about it. Again, that took off on Facebook because there were no such restrictions over there.
Just for Raman, Marry You Anna is a plant that was necessary when any man married someone called Anna.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
like you needed that Ayurvedic plant for it.
I went quite literal with it. There's a shot in the video where I'm actually putting a Mangal Sutra on the plant,
on Anna.
like, Marry You Anna. Like
on
the plant.
The
leaf of the plant, I'm like, Marry You Anna. So.
Now you are so like, you invite trouble into your life. It's one of your pastime activities.
Yeah, like, I'm not scared
or a full-time career.
I'm not scared of anything. Only lizards I'm scared of. Very scared of.
I'm also very scared of them. Very little creatures.
Typically, I can just...
they are.
Yeah, typically.
They don't do anything.
They have similar eyes. That's right. Same eyes they have.
My sister used to get this fake chipkali and just put it anywhere.
Just
I wish I knew this before.
Younger, and that was irritating.
Siblings always irritating. Yeah.
And you will start petting them. Now what to do?
You find them cute.
Yeah.
Well, if they're your pet, then they would be cute.
Little space.
My uncle had a friend.
Pets.
Shocking.
My uncle had a friend from the US. She would put it here and pet the...
I mean, no judgment. I don't want to be that person. You do you.
You do.
Because like if you have a pet lizard, who else can you do? No target.
Wow.
As in like, when you talk to a person and all of that, like that is what I meant.
Pet.
Okay. Before we finish segment 2, I always want to ask right before we get into the last round, which is the for both of you Quickie and for you quick questions and quick answers. We're going to combine it with a twist this time. But before we get into that, I want to know, with you, your love life situation is very public and open because it's content also.
Fair.
Avanti meets the American boyfriend. So what is happening there? How did you guys meet? Did you guys meet in Harvard? Is that what happened?
We did actually.
This is very annoying to me. The fact I was a big nerd in school, but I was not nerdy enough to get to Harvard.
I was a freshman, he was a senior. We met...
At a frat house.
No. He was actually passing out flyers, to advertise for this club. And I rejected him, the club. But then we got talking and, we became friends. And there's a whole... you can go on YouTube to find our love story. But we've parts of it. But we've been together almost 5 years now. And we've done... Out of that, 3 have been long distance.
Oh.
That's crazy. For the love of God, will you explain the reason why in Vietnam Steven is gay?
Oh my lord.
Huh? What? What is that?
So there is this show that he was on in Vietnam, which is a popular dating show where there's essentially a suitor or suitress, whatever the female equivalent of that is, and essentially somebody has to see all the suitors and see what is available. And in this case, it was a woman judging these 5 or 6 men, and she had to categorize them as single, taken, or part of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Yeah.
Right? And so they do all these skits and things, and many men were, you taken, found out that they're single, single, found out that they're taken. But for him, it was, they thought this until they found out he was taken. And they had this whole thing, so it was quite interesting. I mean, he's such a sport, and he's been learning Hindi, and he's down to do, like you said, content. But we waited 4 years till I introduced him in the public realm in some sense.
Really?
Yeah. Oh. He made his debut in one of my music videos, In the Long Way.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's seen
I've seen all our videos.
Avanti TV.
Yeah.
You see everything. Phenomenal. Okay, we'll move to Salil. But before that, Raman, are you allowed to date?
I mean, there's no such thing as allowed, but yeah.
But tell me, at what age did you start dating?
I started dating, I've only dated one person, and I started dating at 14.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. We also did the same thing. It's fine on me. So not much. Salil, what is your scene? What is your relationship status? What is the love life situation?
So
Look at how much he's blushing.
Yeah.
So I've always been very...
It's more blush than the blush that the makeup artist put on your face in that video that you did, the music video.
So yeah, I've always been very secretive about this, and I find it very thrilling to keep this aspect a secret. And I've not been like this. I've not been like this because I got known. Always, I was always someone who would keep that very secretive, and found that very thrilling for some reason. And
okay,
I
let's
still
break
find
it here. What's happening? What's happening?
Oh gosh.
What's happening is
Salil,
that
you cannot come here and be like, I'm mysterious. That's
what's happening is that I am seeing
me? Raman? You seeing lights, camera?
Yeah, that's what I was about. I'm seeing some nice lights around and some really good setup. It's really nice.
Say something, chalo, come on. I have to get something out of you. She spoke about how her boyfriend is gay in a country.
I can tell you my type. That I can tell you.
I'll tell you my type.
That I can tell you. I was just thinking about this yesterday. So.
Preparing.
Yes.
No. I didn't know. But I have to really fall in love with her without makeup.
This is a very controversial territory. I have to say.
I have to like her not just with makeup on or anything.
As she is.
She is. And no, literally, that's what it means. Because when you see someone just simple, plain, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you like someone in that state, then everything falls into place after that.
My makeup artist to take this off of me, you will not say the same. This takes time. Shut your ears. That's Salil's foreplay.
Oh my God.
Take wet pipes and first take it off. Or maybe I'll take it off for you. Okay, now done. Okay, on that note, we'll take the last break on By Environi Season 2. When we come back, is quick questions and quick answers for you guys, Quickie. Okay? Come back. There's an added twist this time because we've combined something else with it. When you come back, I'll tell you. Take the break and come back. Come. Cover your eyes. This is not for you. I'll ask something else for you.
Eyes?
Cover your ears.
Don't cover his eyes.
Okay.
If I was single, I'd say you can find out, but
I like that.
I am very compassionate in bed.
I'm very good. I'm great.
Why are you guys laughing?
Welcome back to By Environi Season 2. We are in conversation with Raman, Avanti and Salil. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now we get into the segment called, I'll say it in front of you, Quickie. Okay? It's fine, he knows it. He pretends to like know nothing. But I've realized that this child knows everything these days.
Most people.
Anna?
Yeah.
That's true. He has seen Avanti's grandmother video. He's learned everything from there only and come.
Fair enough.
Avanti Didi has taught you. Didi has taught you, it's fine. It's her responsibility to teach a 16-year-old younger brother of hers. So this, my child, and everybody else, is a hamper that you will win if you win the Quickie. Okay? These are basically quick questions and quick answers. As a twist, I've combined Quickie and Say It or Strip It together. How I've combined this is, out of the questions that I ask you, you can use one out as a Say It or Strip It option, where you can just take a piece of clothing or accessory off. You only accessories, okay? Nothing else. Off and not answer it. That's fine.
Sounds good. Only one.
Only one. Only once can you use this out. Okay? Ideally, if you want to win and take this home, answer everything. Okay? That's common sense, so usually.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with one of you. I'll ask one question, all of you have to answer, and then I'll move on to the next one, and then everybody answers like that.
Okay,
good.
so all
Okay.
questions have to be
All
answered by
questions for
everybody.
everybody.
Okay.
Who should I start with?
Anyone. Center.
Center. Avanti. Yes, phenomenal. Agnes, I'll start with you. What is the strangest pickup line that you've heard? If it was used on you or you used it, better.
I love pickup lines, so I think that they're cute. Like, I think they're witty. I'm trying to think what's the strangest. The strangest must have been something related to a fart. Are you a fart because you blow me away or something like that?
Phenomenal.
I think something like, I'm having a blast because you're a bomb. Yeah.
Raman?
Are
Pickup
you a-
line is...
I know. Are you a tower? Because I feel you. I feel tower. Guys.
You're
was funny
underestimating him.
It is inappropriate on so many levels.
You're underestimating him.
Yeah, fully. What is the weirdest thing a fan has ever said to you?
Weirdest thing. There are many weird things. Me and my sister, they when I go clean shave, they say ki, "Arey, your sisters come with a filter on, with a male filter on," because she's not my twin, but all of
They
them
think.
think that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Raman.
Somebody told me I was his or her, I don't remember, a long lost twin. I don't know what that meant.
That you guys look alike.
Similar.
But yeah, but it was...
Oh, but the long
they
lost
started,
twin.
they started describing themselves and they sent photos of themselves and they were quite similar. Like there were two people who looked
Did you
exactly
discuss
like
this with
me.
your parents?
I have no idea.
What if?
What if?
There could be a Raman Raghav.
Raghav?
Avanti.
Unfortunately, as a woman on the internet, you get very weird things all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
But I guess something that's weird is when people say, "Do you live in this place, in this thing? I saw into your window the other day." Like, I've received that. And so now I'm quite scared.
But did they get it right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
They did?
creepy. That's creepy.
I mean, I don't respond to any of those, but it's
Yeah.
just like, whoa.
Yeah, totally. That's very scary. Avanti, what is the cringiest piece of content that you've seen by an Indian creator recently? Salil has an answer.
I guess, I mean, a lot of Tinchak Pooja's stuff I would consider cringe.
Yes.
My God, if I hear
I
that
can-
song one more time, I will break shit.
But it's actually really cool that
It was
became
nice.
a big...
It was nice for a while. Now I'm done though.
I've
I'm
seen
done.
so many remixes of
Yeah,
that
but such
song.
things are meant to have a short shelf life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's,
but I hope people get it though. When was the last time you felt jealous or envious of a contemporary creator?
Probably 3 days ago.
Why was that?
You didn't ask why.
No, when was that?
Okay. Oh wait, I was jealous of everybody who got to go to some event in Bangalore. I think that was, yeah, and I wasn't allowed because I was under 18.
Last year, I found myself getting jealous of a lot of 15, 16-year-old girls on the internet.
Yeah.
Particularly when TikTok was quite big in India.
Yeah.
Because similarly of, getting a lot of engagement and the like and feeling like that's not authentic to me, but getting jealous of that.
There's this American YouTuber called Rudy Mancuso. He's extremely talented.
Okay.
I really
So-
like Rudy, yeah.
So when I look at him, I feel like, in a very positive way, I feel those emotions where, okay, here is someone who really has
Yeah.
a lot. So yeah.
Fantastic. Cover your eyes. This is not for you. I'll ask something else for you.
Eyes?
Cover your ears.
Don't
Okay.
cover his eyes.
Okay. Okay. Cover it well. If someone asked you, how good are you in bed, what would you say?
If I was single, I'd say you can find out, but
I like that.
I am very compassionate in bed, so it works.
Love that. Salil.
I'm very good. I'm great.
Why are you guys laughing? Fill me in.
No.
Okay.
Okay, Raman. What would you say if a guy hit on you?
Depends on what he'd say.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's
And the age difference and if it's legal and all of
yeah,
these
fair enough.
factors.
Of course. What would you say if a girl hit on you?
I'd be very flattered.
What would you say if a guy hit on you?
I'd be very flattered, but I'd say no.
Yeah. I don't bend that way like that.
Yeah.
Okay. If I searched your search history, if I looked at your search history, what would I find? More of you looking at porn or yourself?
Myself. Yeah.
Oh, correct. Fair enough.
Yeah.
What is that? Dead so did ka challenge? What is it?
Hashtag no porn challenge.
Avanti?
Same myself. Also, a lot of porn is banned in India, so
What is the one thing that you regret saying to your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend? Avanti.
I regret ending it the way that I did.
Oh, this is like becoming serious. Okay, what? Like
Oh
fun
my
things we are
God.
looking at.
I'm bored now. Shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
Please don't.
This is heavy.
Yeah.
You should regret saying anything, to be honest, after it's ended. Yeah.
You should or you shouldn't?
You shouldn't say
Oh,
anything,
you should. Okay.
according to me. Because that'll just be bad for your mental health.
Fair enough. Fair enough. When is the last time you slid into someone's DM? This is the last question. When is the last time you slid into someone's DM and what did you say?
I've never slid into anybody's DMs. To be honest.
What was the cheesiest line that you saw on a DM that came to you? This is only for you because he's not
Sure.
done it.
Nobody says anything cheesy in the first line. They just say hey and full stop. And then I don't
And
respond
then they
to
write him a
them.
poem. That
Okay. But I respond to poems. Poems are nice.
Okay, have you ever slid into someone's DM and
not,
what was it?
Not in like a love way, but in
Yeah.
a professional way, as in becoming friends with someone via DM.
You don't mind that at all?
Not at all.
Whose DM did you slide into?
Recently, there's this one YouTuber who's based out of the UK. Her name is
Why Salil?
Jade.
I don't know what's going through Salil's
No,
head. Say that only.
I just remembered something.
I know.
Her name is Jade.
Okay.
Yeah, and we just started talking.
Phenomenal.
Okay, we had.
Salil, please. You've smiled too much.
Yeah, but
Bata
this
do.
is going to be like an anti-climax for you.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Aren't most
I'm
cookies?
in the process of pitching this show to production houses.
Yeah.
So I slid into the DM of this one production house, Chrome Pictures. I just went in, said, somebody said you should do it. I'm like, yeah, come on, I don't need to do this. I mean, people know me.
Yeah.
It's okay, do it. So I'm like, hi, I'm this is my work, and I want to pitch this show, and it's a really fantastic show. It's a
Fab.
musical, this, that, it's different, blah, blah, blah. So yeah. Otherwise, I'm quite passive in terms of...
You're chill.
So I
You wait for it to
enjoy
come to
the
you?
attention that's coming
That's
to me,
coming
and then
your
I
way.
respond.
Slide into his DMs is what
Yeah.
Yeah,
you say.
he's saying
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
out.
All right.
You can do that.
Quickie is done. And I have made up my mind, although all of you were slightly serious than what I expected it to be honest.
You knew who you were dealing with.
Yeah, it was it was different and interesting. You dodged multiple of my questions. I do not appreciate this at all, I must tell you. I'm kidding. Okay. In this situation, if somebody had to win it, I stand up and take it so that I build suspense around it.
Of course.
Okay. In this situation, if somebody has to win it, I think it has to go to What do you think? Who do you think it should go to?
Me.
No. Who do you think it has to go to?
Anybody.
Answered the quickest. That's all I can
Earlier
say.
when I was asking you questions in this game, you didn't have this quick answers, no?
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, Salil, who do you think it should go to?
I think me.
Love this. See, for the compassion that Mother Teresa has shown today, saying anybody, okay, we will give it to her because, like, anyway, it was coming to you only anyway.
Thank you.
You want me to put it down for
From
you?
No,
the
it's
start.
okay.
You
You
will
knew
keep-
from the start.
Yeah. You both are sleepy.
Can I give this
Don't say
sad,
that.
Yeah.
sad alap? Can I give this?
Congratulations, Avanti.
Thank you.
It's okay, it's
I'll
okay.
share with them also, don't worry.
Yeah. She is.
You don't have to, but you can.
Charity is one of the causes that she
Yeah.
stands for. But thank you so much, guys. Had a
Thank
great
you.
time. I hope you guys had a good time too.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
I know I actually owe you guys one. There were technical difficulties today. We've sort of put this together last minute. I'm very, very glad you guys come from very far away. It took you a lot of time. I'm very, 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 very thankful that you guys traveled the thing. I know I called you first and we sort of like put this together. Like you don't know what has gone to the back end of making this happen. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. I had a great conversation.
Likewise.
You guys are amazing at what you guys do. Well done. Keep doing it and do
Thank
more.
you.
Will your parents disown you after for things that you've said on the show today?
Possibly.
Then you can stay with Avanti Didi. Thank you so much, you guys. Had a great time. I always say, and you guys especially, please keep coming back because you're always invited on Buy Invite Only Season 2 and any more season to come.
Thank you.
Ever
Thank you so
again.
much.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. And
Thank
thank you all
you.
for watching.
Thank you.
Yes. And thank you
so
guys
much.
for watching. Thank you for tuning in again
Yes.
to watch one of our episodes.
And
It's
also
wonderful.
comment Renil OP in the comments below. Comment your favorite part of this episode below as well. And he'll see you on the next show.
She is a YouTuber.
She is.
Yeah. She knows
YouTuber
how to
wali
do
baat.
this. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Same place, same time. Bye.